Today you are going to discover if you live with a narcissist and learn some effective ways to deal with them. So let's get straight to it. Dealing with narcissistic individuals, it is essential to understand the underlying principles that define their behavior. At its core, narcissism embodies selfishness at the expense of others and an inability to consider the feelings of those around them. This lack of empathy and consideration creates a challenging dynamic in any relationship. As Seneca might observe, Narcissistic Personality Disorder, NPD, varies in severity, existing on a spectrum. Some individuals with NPD may function well and appear relatable in certain settings, while others may display aggression, particularly in more controlled environments. This aggression often correlates with the severity of the disorder, much like the storms of fortune that Seneca warned us to be prepared for. Those with NPD often contend with additional conditions such as substance use disorder and anxiety, further complicating their relationships. As Epictetus would advise, these complications create a complex web of behavior that can be difficult to navigate, testing our patience and resolve. Understanding the official diagnostic criteria of NPD is beneficial, but not always straightforward in personal relationships. Much like Marcus Aurelius's call for introspection and understanding of human nature, recognizing the signs of NPD can provide valuable context for managing such relationships. A qualified expert typically conducts a thorough psychiatric interview to diagnose NPD, but knowing these signs can help one approach the situation with the wisdom and equanimity of a Stoic sage. 1. Charming at first. In the early stages of a relationship with someone who exhibits narcissistic tendencies, you may find yourself swept off your feet by their grandiosity and fantasy. Picture it like a scene from an epic romance. They shower you with compliments, make grand declarations of love, and create an illusion of a fairy tale romance. But as Seneca once said, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. This initial charm can be as deceptive as it is enchanting. Real love, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus might remind us, takes time to develop and requires a foundation built on mutual respect and understanding. When someone comes on too strong, too soon, it's often a red flag. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advises us to be wary of superficial connections that lack depth and substance. These superficial displays of affection can mask the true nature of a narcissist, who may be more interested in creating an image than building a genuine bond. So, like the Stoics of old, approach new relationships with caution and wisdom. Take time to truly know the person behind the grand gestures. Remember, it is in the steady, consistent nurturing of a relationship that true love flourishes, not in the fleeting fireworks of initial infatuation. 2. Hogging the conversation. Imagine a dialogue with a modern-day Marcus Aurelius or Epictetus, where the goal is to share wisdom and understanding. In such an exchange, there is a balance, a mutual respect for each other's thoughts and experiences. Now contrast this with a conversation dominated by a narcissist. Instead of balance, there is an overwhelming focus on their achievements and exaggerated importance. This constant self-absorption and need for admiration reveal a stark contrast to the Stoic principle of humility and self-awareness. While they may appear confident and self-assured, their behavior often masks a deep-seated need for validation. Narcissists crave the admiration of others, much like how a Stoic craves inner peace. However, unlike the Stoic's quest for self-improvement and virtue, the narcissist's quest is external, superficial, and self-serving. When conversing with a narcissist, you might find that there's little room for your own thoughts and feelings. They might rarely engage in discussions about you or dismiss your contributions outright. This behavior is a far cry from the Stoic ideal of wisdom through shared understanding and mutual respect. The Stoics teach us the value of listening and learning from others. A true Stoic engages in conversation with the intent to understand and grow, not to dominate and belittle. If you find yourself constantly overshadowed in conversations, it may indicate a narcissistic tendency in your partner. Remember the wisdom of Seneca. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. so we should listen more than we say. This simple yet profound principle can guide us in recognizing and avoiding the pitfalls of narcissistic dialogue, helping us maintain our own stoic balance and inner peace. 3. Feeding off compliments. Despite their outward display of confidence, many narcissists have surprisingly fragile self-esteem, perpetually seeking praise to validate their worth. This insatiable need for compliments often drives them to latch onto empathetic individuals, using them as a means to bolster their own self-image. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, taught that true confidence comes from within and does not rely on the approval of others. Yet, for narcissists, external validation becomes a crutch, a way to mask their deep-seated insecurities. In their quest for admiration, narcissists may engage in manipulative behaviors, employing charm and flattery to draw people in. Epictetus, another Stoic thinker, emphasized the importance of integrity and self-control, virtues that narcissists often lack. Instead of building genuine self-worth, they resort to tactics that elevate themselves by diminishing others. This need to feel superior by belittling those around them starkly contrasts with the Stoic ideal of equanimity and respect for others. Recognizing this behavior is crucial. Seneca, the Roman Stoic, advised us to be wary of those who seek to gain at the expense of our peace. By understanding the narcissist's fragile ego and their dependency on constant praise, we can better protect our own sense of self-worth and maintain the inner tranquility that Stoicism advocates. True self-confidence, as the Stoics taught, is rooted in self-awareness and virtue, not in the fleeting approval of others. 4. Lack of empathy. A defining trait of narcissistic personality disorder is a profound lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to understand and validate the emotions of others, leaving those around them feeling isolated and frustrated. This inability to connect on an emotional level can be incredibly challenging, especially in close relationships. If your partner seems indifferent to your feelings or dismisses your concerns, it may be because they lack the capacity for empathy. In the teachings of Stoicism, figures like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of understanding and compassion in human interactions. They believed that true strength lies in recognizing and responding to the emotions of others with kindness and patience. Narcissists, however, often fail to grasp these principles. Their self-absorption creates a barrier to genuine connection, preventing them from appreciating the feelings and perspectives of those around them. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This Stoic wisdom encourages self-reflection and empathy, qualities that narcissists typically lack. Instead of acknowledging their own shortcomings, they often project their insecurities onto others, creating a cycle of emotional disconnection. The Stoic principle of sympathia, or mutual interdependence, teaches us that we are all interconnected and that our actions and emotions impact one another. Narcissists, however, tend to see themselves as separate and superior, unable to comprehend the shared human experience that binds us. This lack of empathy not only hinders their relationships, but also deprives them of the deeper connections that bring true fulfillment and understanding. By embracing Stoic principles and striving to cultivate empathy, we can build more meaningful and supportive relationships. Recognizing the signs of narcissism and their impact on empathy can help us protect our emotional well-being and seek healthier, more compassionate interactions. 5. Few long-term friends. In the teachings of Stoicism, figures like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of stable, meaningful relationships and the virtues of understanding and empathy. However, for individuals with Narcissistic Personality Disorder, NPD, these principles are often neglected, leading to a pattern of conflict and isolation. People with NPD frequently have a tumultuous history with their friendships. Their hypersensitivity and deep-seated insecurities cause them to lash out at others, making it challenging to sustain long-term relationships. Like the Stoic warning against the turmoil of uncontrolled emotions, Their reactive nature disrupts the harmony needed for lasting bonds. Narcissists often exhibit jealousy and possessiveness, much like Seneca warned against the corrosive nature of envy. They may criticize your friends, attempting to isolate you from your social circle to maintain their control. This behavior starkly contrasts with the Stoic ideal of fostering healthy, supportive communities. Observing how a narcissist treats others can provide valuable insight into their character. They may struggle to keep friends due to their inability to practice the Stoic virtues of patience, respect, and humility. Instead, their actions are driven by self-interest and a need for validation, undermining the potential for genuine connections. By understanding these dynamics, you can better navigate your interactions with narcissists, drawing on Stoic principles to protect your well-being and maintain the integrity of your social relationships. 6. Constant criticism. What might begin as seemingly playful teasing can quickly evolve into a barrage of constant criticism when dealing with a narcissist. This behavior is not about lighthearted fun, but rather a calculated effort to undermine your confidence and boost their own fragile self-esteem. Like the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This constant stream of negativity can make you question your worth and capabilities, leading to significant emotional distress. Narcissists thrive on the power they wield over your emotional state. They find satisfaction in seeing their hurtful comments affect you, as it reinforces their sense of control. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism can be particularly helpful. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic thinker, reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By recognizing the pattern of criticism and refusing to let it dictate your self-worth, you reclaim your power. It's crucial to stay grounded in your own values and self-awareness, much like Epictetus taught. He emphasized focusing on what is within our control and accepting what is not. By applying this principle, you can shield yourself from the narcissist's negativity. Understand that their words are a reflection of their own insecurities, not a measure of your value. Practice self-compassion and remind yourself of your strengths and worth, drawing from the Stoic belief that true strength comes from within. In the face of constant criticism, adopting a Stoic mindset helps you maintain your equilibrium. You can respond with calmness and clarity, refusing to be drawn into their toxic game. Remember, it's not the criticism itself, but how you choose to perceive and react to it that determines its impact on you. By embodying the Stoic virtues of resilience and self-control, you can protect your inner peace and rise above their attempts to diminish you. 7. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a deeply insidious manipulation tactic employed by narcissists to distort your reality and maintain control over you. Imagine for a moment how the Stoic philosophers like Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius might respond to such behavior. They would likely emphasize the importance of understanding and maintaining control over one's own perceptions and emotions. Narcissists may tell blatant lies, deny previous statements, or twist facts, all with the aim of making you doubt your own senses and judgment. They create a fog of confusion where you begin to feel anxious, second-guess your responses, and find yourself frequently apologizing for things that aren't your fault. This behavior is designed to keep you off balance, ensuring you remain dependent on their version of reality. Stoicism teaches us the importance of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. In the face of gaslighting, channel the wisdom of Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Recognize the manipulation for what it is and reclaim your sense of self. Trust your own perceptions and judgments and seek the support of those who respect and value you. By grounding yourself in Stoic principles, you can withstand the destabilizing effects of gaslighting and maintain your inner peace and clarity. 8. Never apologizing. Narcissists are often seen as arrogant and unwilling to admit fault. In their eyes, disagreements aren't moments for constructive dialogue, but opportunities to assert their perceived superiority. This refusal to compromise or take responsibility can make resolving conflicts feel impossible, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless. Drawing from Stoic principles, let's consider the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who taught the importance of self-reflection and humility. He believed that true strength lies in understanding and accepting our own flaws. Narcissists, however, lack this introspective ability. They avoid self-examination, preferring to project their issues onto others. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, emphasized the value of reasoned discourse and the power of empathy in resolving disputes. Narcissists, on the other hand, see every disagreement as a chance to dominate rather than understand. This mindset prevents any meaningful resolution, as they are more focused on winning than finding common ground. Setting boundaries, as Epictetus might advise, is crucial. He believed that we cannot control others' actions, only our responses to them. By avoiding arguments and establishing clear limits, you can protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. This doesn't mean you have to submit to their will, but rather that you choose your battles wisely, preserving your peace of mind. In dealing with a narcissist, remember the Stoic principle of inner tranquility. Your peace is your responsibility, and by maintaining it, you minimize their control over you. By embodying the Stoic virtues of patience, self-control, and wisdom, you can navigate these challenging interactions with grace and resilience. 9. Lashing out when rejected. Rejection is a profound challenge for narcissists, striking at the very heart of their fragile self-esteem. Like a wounded Achilles, they react with anger and attempts to hurt those who they feel have abandoned them. Their rage is not merely a response to the immediate slight, but a manifestation of a deep-seated belief that they are infallible and that others are always to blame for their failures. In Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to remain unmoved by the opinions of others, focusing instead on our inner virtue and resilience. Narcissists, however, do the opposite. They are consumed by the need for external validation and crumble when it is withheld. Their sense of self-worth is so intertwined with the approval of others that any perceived rejection feels like an existential threat. To navigate this, we can draw on the wisdom of Epictetus, who reminds us that it is not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. By understanding the narcissist's reaction as a reflection of their internal turmoil, rather than a measure of our own worth, we can remain calm and composed. Practicing Stoicism helps us to detach from their vindictive behavior, recognizing it as a desperate attempt to regain control and affirm their superiority. Seneca advises us to cultivate equanimity, accepting that we cannot control others' actions, only our responses. When faced with a narcissist's lashing out, maintaining our own emotional balance is key. By doing so, we protect ourselves from their manipulative tactics and preserve our inner peace, embodying the Stoic principles of wisdom, courage, and tranquility. Now let's discuss some coping strategies. Navigating a relationship with a narcissist requires careful consideration and self-protection. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, taught us the importance of maintaining inner peace and resilience in the face of adversity. By applying these timeless principles, we can better manage the challenges posed by narcissistic behavior. In the following sections, we will delve into 5 crucial coping strategies inspired by Stoic wisdom. These strategies will help you protect your emotional well-being, set boundaries, and maintain your sense of self amidst the turmoil. Let's explore how these ancient teachings can empower you to navigate such difficult relationships. 1. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with narcissists, and the wisdom of Stoic philosophy can be a guiding light in this endeavor. Think of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who emphasized the importance of knowing what is within our control and what is not. Establishing clear boundaries is an exercise in asserting what we can control, our own actions and reactions. Narcissists will inevitably test your limits, much like the trials faced by Stoic figures such as Marcus Aurelius. To remain firm and consistent is to practice the Stoic virtue of fortitude. When you set a boundary, you are defining what is acceptable and unacceptable in your interactions. This clarity helps you maintain your sense of self and shields your emotional well-being from the narcissist's attempts to overstep. Imagine the boundary as the city walls of ancient Rome, protecting the heart of your well-being from invasions. By standing firm as the Stoics taught, you safeguard your inner citadel from the narcissist's manipulative tactics. This firmness does not mean being harsh or unkind. Rather, it is about respecting yourself and ensuring that your values and needs are honored. In the words of Seneca, "He who is brave is free." By courageously setting and upholding your boundaries, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that a narcissist can create. You become the master of your own domain, resilient and steadfast, embodying the Stoic principles of self-control and inner strength. 2. Seek support. In the teachings of Stoicism, figures like Seneca and Epictetus emphasize the importance of surrounding oneself with a community of like-minded individuals for guidance and support. This principle is crucial when dealing with a narcissistic individual. Just as Marcus Aurelius drew strength from his mentors and fellow philosophers, you too must build a network of friends, family, or a therapist who can offer you understanding and encouragement. Imagine yourself as a Stoic sage, finding solace and wisdom in the company of those who share your values and principles. These supportive relationships are invaluable, providing a safe space where you can express your feelings, seek advice, and gain perspective. Just as Epictetus taught that we should accept what we cannot control and focus on what we can, your support network can help you navigate the emotional turbulence caused by a narcissist. In the face of manipulation and emotional challenges, leaning on others can fortify your resolve and help you maintain your inner peace. Like a Stoic philosopher, cultivate relationships that reinforce your resilience and provide you with the strength to stand firm. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and the wisdom and support of others can be your greatest ally in maintaining your emotional well-being. 3. Practice self-care. Prioritizing your own needs and well-being is essential when dealing with a narcissist. The ancient Stoics, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, emphasize the importance of maintaining inner tranquility and self-awareness. Embrace their wisdom by engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Whether it's taking a walk in nature, practicing yoga, or indulging in a favorite hobby, make time for these moments of peace. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-reflection and understanding our inner world. Carve out time each day for self-reflection. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this, allowing you to process your thoughts and emotions. Reflect on your values and what truly matters to you. This practice can help you stay grounded and resilient in the face of external challenges. Self-compassion is another key principle of Stoicism. Epictetus often spoke of the importance of being kind to oneself. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Acknowledge your feelings and give yourself permission to experience them without judgment. By practicing self-care, you build a strong foundation of inner strength and resilience. This not only helps you cope with the narcissist's behavior, but also empowers you to lead a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential for maintaining your well-being and navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. 4. Educate yourself. Understanding narcissistic behavior is crucial, as it arms you with the knowledge to navigate and respond effectively to manipulation tactics. Drawing from the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, we learn that self-awareness and understanding are the first steps towards resilience. In the Stoic tradition, knowledge is seen as a fortress for the mind. By educating yourself about narcissistic traits and behaviors, you build a mental stronghold that shields you from emotional harm. Just as Marcus Aurelius advised keeping our minds clear and our judgments sound, learning about narcissism allows you to see through the facade and recognize manipulation for what it is. Epictetus taught that we cannot control external events, but we can control our responses. When you understand the underlying mechanisms of narcissistic behavior, you gain the power to choose your reactions deliberately. This knowledge helps you maintain your inner tranquility and not be swayed by the tumultuous emotions narcissists often provoke. Education also empowers you to set boundaries. Seneca emphasized the importance of reason and virtue in guiding our actions. By understanding narcissistic tendencies, you can establish clear, rational limits to protect your well-being, ensuring that your interactions are governed by wisdom rather than emotion. In essence, educating yourself about narcissism transforms you into a stoic warrior, equipped with the knowledge and insight to safeguard your emotional health. This intellectual armor allows you to face narcissistic behavior with the calm and composed demeanor advocated by the Stoics, ensuring that you remain anchored in your values and unshaken by external turmoil. 5. Consider professional help. When a relationship with a narcissist becomes overwhelming, it's wise to seek professional help. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius taught the importance of resilience and self-preservation, emphasizing the need to maintain inner peace amidst external chaos. Just as they advocated for seeking wisdom from knowledgeable sources, turning to a therapist or counselor can provide you with the tools to navigate this challenging situation. A professional can help you develop coping strategies rooted in Stoic principles, such as emotional regulation and rational detachment. By learning to view the narcissist's behavior through a Stoic lens, you can practice the art of apatheia, or freedom from passion, which allows you to remain unaffected by their manipulations. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to your own well-being, but rather gaining control over your emotional responses. Therapy can also guide you in setting boundaries and asserting your own needs, much like the Stoics' emphasis on self-discipline and personal agency. If exiting the relationship is necessary, a professional can help you plan a safe and effective departure, ensuring your physical and emotional safety. Remember the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature. Acknowledging that some relationships may not be conducive to your well-being is a step toward harmony and inner peace. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of the Stoic wisdom in taking proactive steps to protect your own serenity and mental health. As we reach the end of our discussion on understanding and dealing with narcissistic individuals, let's reflect on the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. These ancient thinkers taught us the importance of inner strength, resilience, and maintaining our sense of self-worth amidst external challenges. Just as the Stoics emphasized the power of focusing on what we can control, we too can navigate difficult relationships with grace and composure. We hope this video has provided you with guidance and strength, helping you to recognize the signs of narcissistic behavior and equipping you with strategies to protect your emotional well-being. Remember, like the Stoics, you have the power to maintain your inner peace and integrity, no matter the circumstances. Thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful, please like and subscribe for more insightful and empowering content in the near future. Stay strong and be well.